Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Inept General with some Total War Warhammer news, and it's just gone up on Facebook a few hours ago, guys. But we are going to get the LIZARDMEN roster on a live stream by Creative Assembly tomorrow. I am super hyped. I hope you guys are too. So I think that's at 4 PM British summertime that live stream is going to start. But we are going to get to see all the units in the LIZARDMEN roster. Now, guys, we've had a few of them show up already. I've covered them in some of my previous videos. But just to give you some inkling of some things to watch out for yet that we haven't had confirmation of as of yet, let's go down a little list of some things we haven't seen in that trailer that hopefully we get to see in the reveal tomorrow. First things first though, I haven't included any heroes on this list, but heroes to watch out for: the Skink Priest, the Skink Chief, and the Scarred Veteran Saurus are the hero units that we want to watch out for. We have an idea of the general units as the Slan Mage Priests and the, again, Saurus Old Bloods, which are very much like Grimlock and Mazdamundi. So it'll be sort of generic derivations of them as the generals one imagines. But the units to watch out for: Chameleon Skinks. Skinks that can obviously, by their own name, disappear into the background. Great snipers. They should probably have Stalk in Total War Warhammer 2, and they should have Snipe as well, if you ask my opinion. But we haven't seen any sign of these guys, any clue of these guys. So watch out for the Chameleon Skinks. As with all these units I'm going to go through, guys, if you'd like a bit more detail and a breakdown of my thoughts on them, do check out my LIZARDMEN army video popping up in the top right hand corner now, or you'll find a link in the description below for a full breakdown of these. But we have the Chameleon Skinks. We have the Kroxigors, the kind of beefy units of the LIZARDMEN army, kind of equivalent to Crypt Horrors, that kind of thing, or Ogres, just big monstrosities, crocodilian LIZARDMEN who can just take punishment, are very stupid, but, you know, can take punishment and deal it out as well. We haven't seen the Ripperdactyls. I mentioned these guys in my trailer breakdown, but the Ripperdactyls are more of a melee-focused version of the Pterodons we saw in the trailer. Another one to look out for is the Jungle Swarm, the idea of a swarming carpet of smaller reptiles that attack and kill enemies. Now, I theorized in the past in my future DLC video, where I predict some of the DLC packs we'll get for Total War Warhammer 2, that these guys will be part of one that involves called the Lizard and the Rat, or the Reptile and the Rat, something along those lines, that will involve a character in the LIZARDMEN army known as the Prophet of Sotek. So I might be proven wrong tomorrow. These guys might be appearing in the starting game, or we might get them a little bit later on. Next, we have the Razordon. Now, this is quite a vicious little creature, but it's actually a missile-focused unit, but we haven't seen hide nor hair of these sort of very violent little gits. So that's something to watch out for. And the Salamanders, very much an iconic LIZARDMEN unit, fire-breathing lizards, form kind of an artillery piece, a moving, living artillery piece with fire attacks. Would be very interesting to see how Creative Assembly implement these in-game, but one to watch out for tomorrow as well. And the Batiladons, we have seen the Batiladons, and I haven't really mentioned a lot of the things. We've seen Stegodons and we've seen Batiladons, but we haven't seen all the variants of the stuff they carry on their back. For the Stegodons, we've seen one of the variations of what they have, and the same for the Batiladon, but we haven't seen this, which is the Ark of Sotek. Again, another one of those units I'm kind of guessing we may not see tomorrow because it'll be involved in a later DLC, but we'll have to wait till tomorrow, just a few hours to go. And then we have the Troglodon. Now, this is a blind, creepy lizard. Get more details on it in my army videos I mentioned. But I'm not sure if we'll get these guys off the bat. I'd be delighted if we did. But we will have to wait and see for these guys. Now, this one's a bit out of left field. It's not really in the main armies list, our main army book. It's something called the Forge World model, which is kind of like an additional supplemental workshop to Games Workshop that created models and creates rules for the game. But this is the Dread Saurus. This is the thing that hunted dragons out of Lustria. Just an absolutely monstrous creature. Doesn't have a rider because it would probably just kill him, and it just rampages around the battlefield. But this is really swinging for the fences. If CA put this in their roster, I will be absolutely bamboozled. And even going further out of the sort of home stadium, shall we say, is the Thunder Lizard, this kind of mythical, gargantuan lizard that wanders the jungles of Lustria. It never made it as a model on tabletop simply because it wouldn't fit on the table in tabletop is the idea. This is kind of a fan mock-up that I think won an award a few years ago for the concept of the Thunder Lizard. There's no real images of it, it's just something that's spoken about in Lizardmen lore. But that is something to watch out for as well, the Thunder Lizard. But I doubt those last two are just something I kind of just included for fun. But super excited, guys. Hope you are too. Let's wait till tomorrow, and I will try and break down the stream and go over it with you guys and give you my thoughts on what we see in there tomorrow. But super excited. Let's see what CA gives us in terms of the Lizardmen army. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Special thanks to my patrons, John, Reese, Colin, Mateus, Thomas, Samuel, and Matthews. Thank you, guys, and thank you all again for watching, and I hope to catch you all on the next one.